Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what is happening in and around the country in the field of science, technology, research and innovation. I am Ashwarya Kapoor with you. In today's edition, we bring you special reports covering different facets of Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate, a pan-India program that was organized during the National Science Week from 22nd to 28th of February. Apart from that, we will also take a quick look at the other scientific developments in the country. But first, let's begin with the headlines. Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate successfully organized across 75 locations in the country. The Pan-India Science Program was jointly organized by different ministries, departments and organizations of the Government of India from 22nd to 28th February. Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate succeeded in bringing science communication to all generations. We'll see how the visitors reacted to the Science Expo and how do they perceive India in terms of S&T developments. Mega Science Book Fair organized in New Delhi. Traditional as well as digital book forms were made available to interestingly communicate science in different Indian languages. And theatre, folk art, puppetry and poetry were used creatively to communicate different layers of Indian science. We'll see how science was interestingly communicated through poetry in Vigyanika. And now the news in detail. As part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years since India gained independence, ministries, scientific organizations and departments of the Government of India successfully organized a nationwide science communication week called Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate. Organized at 75 locations across the country, the objective of this program was to celebrate India's scientific achievements over the last 75 years. Different events were hosted during this week to showcase India's scientific heritage and technological prowess, encourage the younger generation to take up science, and create a roadmap for the future. Watch the Science Monitor report to know more.
Showcasing the achievements and contributions of science and technology over 75 years of independent India, a nationwide program called Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate was launched on the 22nd of February 2022. The inaugural function was held at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. At the function, officials associated with the participating ministries, organizations and departments were present on the stage. They witnessed the formal inauguration of the National Science Week held from 22nd February to 28th February at 75 venues across the length and breadth of the country, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Kutch to Kamroop.
जो हाल ही के समय में जो हमारी अनेकों उपलब्धियां हुई हैं विज्ञान के भिन्न भिन्न क्षेत्रों में, उनको किस तरह से हम अपनी सांस्कृतिक विरासत के साथ जोड़ करके उसका आकलन भी कर सकते हैं और उसी से अपने आगे की राह, अपना रोड मैप भी तय कर सकते हैं. और इसको नाम मैं समझता हूँ उत्सव का इसलिए दिया गया होगा जिन्होंने इसकी कल्पना की कि यदि हम पिछले 75 वर्ष नज़र दौड़ाएं तो आपको ध्यान में आएगा कि हम कहाँ थे और कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गए.
The entire event was divided into 4 major themes which included 75 points from the Annals of Science and Technology history, 75 milestones of modern Indian science and technology, 75 inventions and innovations of Swadeshi or traditional science and technology, and the road ahead for the next 25 years of Indian science and technology. Various activities highlighting these themes like science exhibitions, film screenings, radio talks, book fairs, poster making competition and scientific lectures were organized in regional languages besides Hindi and English as part of the celebrations.
हमारे लिए, हमारा भविष्य के लिए, हमारे देश के लिए, हमारे देश के विकास के लिए, हमारे देश को शक्तिशाली बनाने के लिए ये 25 साल अमृत काल है. इसी दृष्टि से देश के नए पीढ़ी को एक नया उत्साह, नया रास्ता आप लोगों के द्वारा मिलेगा, ये मेरा पूरा विश्वास है।
A mega science exhibition was also organized at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in the national capital, Delhi. Almost all the scientific organizations and departments of the country displayed their achievements and presented their technology developments.
Post-independence India saw, both in India and all over the world, science becoming a major institution. And in India, this saw the rise of our major institutions such as the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, which was founded a little earlier, the Department of Atomic Energy, later on the Department of Science and Technology, the Department of Defense Research, and so on. But there was one feature of this growth of early post-independence research, which now bears correction and is being corrected. And that is the role of research in the university system. What has happened in the last few years is a major step in the correction of this balance, and that is the new national education policy. So there are many things which we have done, we should be proud of. We are prepared very well going forward to what we need to do, and we are sure that with this enthusiasm and and this ability to work together, if we do that well, we will be able to tackle anything for the next 25 years.
It was a feast for the audience as on one hand, they absorbed information related to the history of Indian science, and on the other, they were enthralled by the exploits and models of existing and upcoming technology. State-of-the-art technology such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence technology was used to show people the journey of India's scientific development. At ISRO's stall, people got a glimpse of India's many successes in space. The stall also displayed information related to the upcoming missions of the Indian Space Agency. This program, coordinated by Vigyan Prasar, which is an autonomous organization of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, in collaboration with various ministries and departments of the Government of India, was successful in achieving its objective of taking its message of science to 75 different places in the country, including New Delhi, Leh and Srinagar in the north, Port Blair and Lakshadweep in the south, Daman and Ahmedabad in the west, and Itanagar, Kohima and Aizawl in the east. This program was designed to motivate Indian youth and ensure their role in building a progressive nation in the future, which is the basis of a self-reliant nation.
A large number of people participated in the National Science Week organized from 22nd to 28th February under Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate. The expo organized in New Delhi was among the highlights of the program and succeeded in acquainting the younger generation with the scientific legacy and remarkable technological achievements of India. We interacted with a few to see what they thought of the expo and India's S&T achievements in the past 75 years. Let us see how they responded.
The most interesting part about this event is this mega expo. The reason behind I am excited about this is we are going to know a lot of insiders about the latest technology that is pursuing, that is evolving around us, and it is a great opportunity.
We are here to learn more about the science and technology and recent inventions that our science field has made. We have this inquisitiveness to know what is going on in the trend, because being a technology student, it's very important for us to be updated on the science backgrounds in every field.
I have seen that here there are so many scientific research institutes which are renowned in India, like DBT, like DAE has come, like DRDO has come, and they have showcased all the upcoming technologies and on which they are working. So it is like it is an instigation, it is towards science, so that people should come here and they should get to know what we are doing.
Mostly India is moving in a way like it is a partnership with nature and creating technologies. But in other places we can see technology has been created by destroying nature. So I will say India is in a more productive line.
Theoretical knowledge itself is not good enough for the students. This kind of exposures allows the students to think out of box. They get to know what our scientists are doing recently in the field of science, and that interests them. They get an idea as to how they can go about science. This is a great initiative by the Ministry of Sciences to organize such an event where our students can actually come participate and gain experience about it.
In 75 years, India has achieved a lot, no doubt. And in science and technology, yes. Or even the corona vaccine, first it was done in India itself. So yeah, India is doing good job, and hopefully we will do good jobs.
Our scientists are at par with the best in the world, and our achievements are no less than anybody. And I believe that in this, Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate exhibition, people are coming to know that much science is being done. And I hope that this journey of, excelling in different fields of science continues further in the future. And our scientists will focus on societal problems, addressing society's, problems through scientific solutions.
I saw many missiles which I have been seeing on Republic Day, every Republic Day. I was really excited. I spent a lot of good time here, and I'm really happy and proud to be an Indian.
Various exhibitions and activities were held to celebrate the week-long nationwide Science Week, Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate, which literally means science is revered everywhere. Vigyan Prasar, the central coordinating agency of this program, also organized a mega science book fair at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi. The book fair saw the participation of government and non-government publication houses that spread science communication through the written word. Let's see the report.
Under the leadership of the Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India and the Ministry of Culture, National Science Week was jointly organized as Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate by the various scientific ministries, organizations and departments of the Government of India. The program was coordinated by Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous organization dedicated to science communication and popularization under the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. As part of its flagship program, Scope for All, or Science Communication Popularization and its extension, Vigyan Prasar organized a massive science book fair at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi, covering all aspects of Indian science from its history to its journey, exploring various achievements and technological advancements. Some very popular books were on display at the fair.
I think this mega science event is very important to motivate the youngsters as well as various college and school children. What are the science activities going on in India, and then what is the science way of thinking, and what are the science way of progressing India, what 75 years what we have achieved and what we need to achieve in future to propagate. This is a very important event. And also we have a lot of books and other things, so people, it will be motivate the youngsters for a betterment of science and other educations.
Books are one of the oldest media of communication. Books not only preserve history, but also work to change the mindset of the people. As times changed, books have also evolved to e-books and audiobooks, but their influence remains the same. At this fair, books were available for all, with children and scholars alike getting to have their pick.
यहाँ पे जितनी भी बुक्स हैं, मैंने बहुत सारी बुक्स भी ली हैं, कुछ परचेज भी किया है और मैं चाहूँगी कि हमारे देश के सभी बच्चे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग इस तरह के फेयर में, इस तरह के मेलों में आएँ और साइंस के प्रति उनकी रुचि बढ़े.
A major attraction was the ease of choosing the format of the books you want to read. Everything from printed books, digital books and CDs were available to those who came to the fair. The works included books written on complex problems of science, books by famous scientists, books illuminating various disciplines of science, science-based stories and popular science books.
कार्यक्रम का जो नाम दिया गया है विज्ञान सर्वत्र पूज्यते, उस कार्यक्रम के तहत देश के 75 स्थानों पर अलग अलग कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए गए. इन कार्यक्रमों में व्याख्यान, प्रदर्शनी, कॉम्पिटिशन्स, लिटरेचर फेस्ट, बुक फेयर, ये सभी आयोजित हुए. कोशिश यही थी कि हम विज्ञान में भारतवर्ष ने जो उन्नति की है और उसको एक साथ उत्सव के रूप में मनाया जाए. लोग हमारे जो वैज्ञानिक हैं स्वतंत्रता के पहले और स्वतंत्रता के बाद उन सबके कंट्रीब्यूशन को याद करें.
Under Scope for All, science books were displayed in Hindi and English as well as in various regional and local languages, which are an important part of bringing science communication to all.
More than 20 languages, Indian languages, were there in this entire program, and I'm glad to tell you and share it with you that the kind of response that we've had was tremendous and has really boosted our morale and given us a platform now to take off, that we could now organize not only in 75 places but more than that in the coming days to come and celebrate this glorious 75 years of Indian independence with much bigger grandeur.
Apart from this, many other competitions including quiz program, essay writing, poster making and poetry competition were organized under Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate. This was especially useful in promoting scientific thinking among youth.
Science communication initiatives are necessary to build a rational and progressive society. But the methods of science communication need to be reinvented regularly to engage one and all interestingly. To achieve this, an exciting confluence of science and art was designed and presented during the National Science Week by incorporating cultural activities such as theatre, puppet shows, folk art and poetry. We bring you an exclusive report on the Vigyan Kavi Sammelan or Vigyanika, organized in New Delhi on the 26th of February to communicate science to the masses effectively and interestingly. Take a look.
Genres like theatre, puppet shows and street plays are centuries-old traditions of mass communication. Their influence is a science of its own. And a beautiful confluence of art and science was presented in the Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate week. At the Science Literature Festival on 26 February, the science storytelling event started at the venue in New Delhi with Kali Yatri.
किस तरह का भारत देश है हमारा, देखो उसके सर पर हिमालय एक उसका मुकुट लगा हुआ है.
As part of this scientific art presentation, artists also presented street plays that tackled hot topics like the challenges of plastic pollution and the importance of a balanced diet in an interesting manner. Segments like Khel Khel Mein Vigyan that teaches kids science through playful activities were a huge attraction for children and youth from all over. Enlightening lectures were given by experts on topics related to science literature, which became a huge pull. Vigyan Prasar's initiative Vigyan Kavi Sammelan Vigyanika was another important attraction. It saw the participation of famous poets from across the country talking about the many achievements of Indian science and the importance of science in our daily life through their creations.
फिर भी समझानी है ये बात हर उस मन को, फिर भी समझानी है ये बात हर उस उलझन को कि विज्ञान से डरे नहीं और विज्ञान से मरे नहीं, कि परिभाषा है इसकी बहुत आसान कि इसको जान ले हर इंसान कि ये तो सिर्फ एक है सुव्यवस्थित ज्ञान, सुव्यवस्थित ज्ञान।
जब हम फोकस दूरी नापते हैं तब एक बिंब है सीधा दूजा उल्टा उस पर छाए, फोकस दूरी उस दर्पण की तभी पता चल पाए। उलझे उलझे गुणसूत्रों में उलझे उलझे गुणसूत्रों से अणु उलझने निकले हैं, हम जीवन में जीवन का विज्ञान समझने निकले हैं।
सुना है एक मुद्दत से किसी भी फूल से मिलने कोई तितली नहीं आई, सुना है एक अरसे से सिमटते जा रहे तालाब पर बदली नहीं छाई, सुना है पूस की ठंडी ठिठुरती रात में भी खेत नंगा सो रहा है।
उन्नति का हर शिखर छू रहे हैं पीढ़ी दर पीढ़ी, धरती से हम ले जाएंगे शीघ्र गगन तक सीढ़ी।
आधे भरे या खाली जार में, मोबाइल रोबोट या कार में, हर अम्ल और क्षार में, ब्रह्मांड के विस्तार में विज्ञान ही विज्ञान है।
आँखों की भाषा एक रोज पढ़ने लगेगा, यह गंध स्वाद और छुअन समझने लगेगा। विज्ञानिका के माध्य से साहित्य जुड़ा है, अब तो मशीनों में भी दिल धड़कने लगेगा।
कि न्यूटन से पहले भी लाखों पेड़ों ने सेब गिराए थे, क्यों और गिरा कैसे नीचे ये लोग सोच कब पाए थे। हर पल जिज्ञासा के अनंत क्षितिजों में विचरण किया करो, कुछ अलग करो कुछ नया करो। कवियों का ये दायित्व बन जाता है कि वो विज्ञान कविता का प्रसार करें और उस तरह से विज्ञान को लाएं, उसके छोटे छोटे बातों के माध्यम से लाएं, और उसका उद्देश्य एक हो, लक्ष्य एक हो कि लोगों में वैज्ञानिक मानसिकता बढ़े, वो अंधविश्वासों से बाहर आएं, वो तरह तरह की गलत जो जानकारियां उससे बाहर आएं।
नवशोध नवनिधि सर्वदा सविशेष ज्ञानम युज्यते, विज्ञान सर्वत्र पूज्यते, विज्ञान सर्वत्र पूज्यते।
इतना भव्य आयोजन हुआ आज, आप सब ने आनंद लिया, तो मैं अब कह सकता हूँ कि नई नहीं ये विज्ञानिका है, नई नहीं ये विज्ञानिका है, नए युगों की निर्माणिका है।
Science, when presented in the form of art, becomes part of a country's cultural heritage, and that was the main objective of Vigyan Sarvatra Pujyate and the National Science Week.
And now let's have a quick look at some other developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
The 28th edition of the India-Singapore Technology Summit began on 23rd February. The two-day conference organized by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India and the Confederation of Indian Industry was addressed by the Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences Dr. Jitendra Singh. DST Secretary Dr. S. Chandrasekhar led officers from participating departments of both countries. In his address, the Union Minister said that Singapore is India's largest trading partner among all ASEAN countries, with around 9,000 Indian companies registered in Singapore and more than 440 Singaporean companies registered in India. These companies are participating in several projects revolving around smart cities, urban planning, logistics and infrastructure development. Dr. Jitendra Singh added that India is on a forward-moving path of innovation and the country's focus is on emerging technologies, and participation from countries like Singapore will prove to be very helpful in this sector. The 12th edition of the Indian Navy Fleet Review was held under the theme 75 Years in Service of the Nation as part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The Indian Navy showcased indigenous technologies and achievements before the Honorable President, who is also the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, at Visakhapatnam on the 21st of February. Defence Minister Shri Rajnath Singh and Chief of the Naval Staff Admiral R. Hari Kumar were present at the event. After a 21-gun salute and the ceremonial guard of honor, the President embarked on INS Sumitra, an indigenously built naval offshore patrol vessel designated as the President's yacht. The latest indigenously manufactured state-of-the-art combat platform was showcased at the event. Several waterfront activities by Parade of Sails, search and rescue demonstration at sea, aerobatics by Hawk aircraft and water para-jumps by the elite Marine Commandos enthralled the guests. The event showcased the rapid move towards self-reliance in combat technology by the Indian Navy. According to a recent study by Indian scientists, climate change may, in future, increase the soil-borne plant pathogens that cause diseases like dry root rot of chickpea. Supported and funded by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, the study was carried out by the Centre of Excellence in Climate Change of the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Crops, or ICRISAT. The study observed that high-temperature drought conditions and low soil moisture content are favorable conditions for dry root rot. Dry root rot disease causes reduced vigor, dull green leaf color, poor new growth and twig dieback. If extensive root damage occurs, the leaves suddenly wilt and dry on the tree. Due to climate change, many new soil-borne pathogens are growing at a higher rate than ever before. One of these is Macrophomina phaseolina, a soil-borne necrotrophic that causes root rot in chickpea. At present, this disease is causing damage to the chickpea crop in the central and southern states of India. This study may help in developing solutions and better management strategies against such diseases. The Chandrayaan-2 orbiter is working to its full potential. ISRO has said that the Large Area Soft X-ray Spectrometer, a payload on board the orbiter, has recently detected solar proton events that increase radiation exposure to humans in space. When the sun is active, solar flares occur that sometimes send out highly energetic particles that reach the interplanetary space. These solar protons, classified in different intensities, affect the space systems and significantly increase radiation exposure to humans in space. The Chandrayaan-2 payload class has recorded solar proton events caused by 2 such M-class flares on January 20th. On January 18th, the instrument also recorded a coronal mass ejection, or CME, a powerful current of ionized material and magnetic field that reaches Earth a few days later, causing geomagnetic storms and producing aurora lights in the polar sky. According to ISRO, such multi-point observations help in understanding its spread and impact on different planetary systems.
That is all in today's edition of Science Monitor. Keep sending your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is indiascience@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write in to us at Vigyan Prasar, A50, Sector 62, Noida, 201309, Uttar Pradesh. So we will take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically. Bye for now.